the taxi driver just wanted to live a peaceful life, but unexpectedly got involved in a missing person case. One night, he was driving a high school girl, only for her to suddenly disappear after getting out of the car. The police started searching for the girl, but they couldn't find any trace of her. However, Kobain Sato's neighbors noticed something unusual. Since that day, the voice of Kobain Sato talking to himself could often be heard from his home, where he lived alone.
お前、幸せなのか？別にいつ逃げてもいいんだぜ。閉じ込めてるわけでも縛ってるわけでもない。お前が勝手にここに言い着いたんだ。なんで俺ん家来たんだっけな。ああ、腹減ったか。俺はこれから病院だ。
In fact, Kobain Sato, the taxi driver, had a severe mental illness, which made it difficult for him to sleep properly. He could only sleep by taking medicine every night. Later, Kobain Sato told his doctor that, recently, he had been able to sleep by listening to the voice of his teacher, Suno, and he had even memorized Suno's voice. The alpaca nurse standing behind him then pulled out an eraser shaped like Suno. It was said to be the only one in the world, a very rare and precious item, but the alpaca nurse didn't like Suno, so she wanted to give it to Kobain Sato. Afterward, Kobain Sato left the hospital and went to work. On the way, he encountered a police roadblock, and initially thought they were searching for the missing girl, but to his surprise, they were actually looking for traces of an escaped fugitive baboon. The baboon had escaped with a firearm, and now, it was like a madman.
こいつ見なかったか？
不思議だな。お前こいつと仲良しだろ。
便宜上聞いてんだ。察しろ。
Kobain Sato had grown up in the same orphanage as the two police officers, so he didn't think much of it. He only remembered that Officer Meerkat seemed to have a good relationship with Fei Fei, so he asked about it. But the officer seemed nervous and told Kobain Sato to leave quickly. Kobain Sato didn't pay much attention, and continued with his work. The next day, Meerkat actually came to find Kobain Sato, because he had received information that Kobain Sato had some connection to the missing high school girl. The girl had ridden in Kobain's taxi before disappearing, so they came to investigate. Kobain Sato had no choice but to cooperate, and they took the memory card from his recorder, in hopes of finding some clues. Before leaving, Meerkat left a profound statement.
とりあえずデータはこちらで預かる。押収ってやつだ。何かあったらまた捜査に協力してもらう。ただし警察には行くな。
もし行ったら。
わかんないけど拳銃持った指名手配犯がお前を殺すんじゃない？
Kobain Sato stood there, silent, feeling that Meerkat's behavior didn't seem like that of a police officer, but rather, like a guilty criminal trying to hide something. However, Kobain Sato didn't want to get involved, so he didn't do anything. He just continued driving his taxi as usual. What he didn't expect was, that night, Meerkat secretly handed Kobain Sato's memory card to the baboon. The next day, the baboon actually came looking for Kobain Sato, got into his taxi, and immediately pulled out a gun, pointing it at him. He ordered Kobain Sato to drive. Once the car started, the baboon explained